Hello everyone, my name is Saurabh Tripathi and welcome to the Current Affairs Interceptor YouTube channel. Today is April 18 and we are going to learn important current affairs for April 17 and 18. Recently, Tesla joined hand with which Indian company for semiconductor deal? It is Tata Electronics, Mahindra & Mahindra, Adani Defense or NDMC. So Tesla is likely to enter in an Indian market and it has recently joined hand with the Indian company so that it can procure semiconductors for its electronic vehicles. So which company it is? It is Tata Electronics. Tata Electronics is a part of Tata Group. Is a subsidiary of the main Tata Group and it focuses on high-tech semiconductors, IC chips, high-tech electronics, so these are the division of Tata Electronics of Tata Group and it focuses on semiconductor IC chips and high-tech electronics. Tesla is an American company. It focuses on cars, vehicles. Famous are, Tesla Model S, Tesla Model Y, as well as Cybertruck. So we can call it car vehicle company rather than car company. It also focuses on clean energy. It makes Powerwall. Powerwall is a solar panel installed at homes. So it is vehicle as well as clean energy company and it is based in Texas, United States. Tesla is a Texas based US company. Tata Group will supply semiconductor to Tesla for electronics vehicle manufacturing as well as other operations. Semiconductors, are strategic, are a very crucial matter in 21st century and it offers a strategic advantage to any nation who possesses larger amount of the semiconductor materials are likely to have edge in technological prowess, defense and many areas. So semiconductors are highly used in space sector, space companies. High semiconductor deposits means country can easily advance its defense very well because in military communication equipment as well as various radars, semiconductors are used. It can be used to make supercomputers such as CPU, GPU, and many other applications. And these GPUs can be used in artificial intelligence, machine learning, and as well as several advanced areas. So once country has large amount of semiconductors, large amount of capacity to produce semiconductors, it automatically excels in multiple areas. It excels in defense technologies, it excels in space sector, it excels in computing, and computing is a backbone of the many other sectors. So based on those, it can, advance this in multiple areas and multiple fields. AI and ML, artificial intelligence is all around the corner and lots of countries have highest amount of semiconductor deposit and they can use this to advance their technologies. Taiwan is the largest producer of semiconductor chips followed by China and United States. Taiwan has a company known as TSMC, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Corporation, and it is one of the largest companies. It supplies semiconductor chips to US for various companies such as Apple, Samsung, and so many global multinational companies. So Taiwan is the superpower when it comes to chip making, followed by the China and United States. Additionally, Taiwan houses a very sophisticated chip making process. So TSMC, which is in Taiwan, as one of the leading and most cutting edge technology in the whole world. So it automatically excels in chip making and it makes the GDP of Taiwan multifold based alone by chip making. Semiconductors, as we have discussed about it, it has a very advanced uses such as space sector, missile navigation systems, UAVs, which is drones, ballistic missiles navigation system, cruise missile navigation system, as well as air defense systems. It also produces Starlink. Starlink is an antenna based satellite system and it can be used to It can be used to receive internet at remote locations, just like we have dish TVs in remote locations such as at villages. You can use this. You can use similar kind of antenna to receive internet services. So Starlink is a basically cluster of satellite. Using those capable antennas, you can access internet access using satellite. Recently, glass skywalk has been introduced in Uttar Pradesh in which district? It is Chitrakoot district. Glass skywalk bridge, glass, and when you walk on it, you can see what is below there, below down there. It has been built on Shabari waterfall. Shabari waterfall, please remember this. Who has been appointed as managing director at IMF? Kristalina Georgieva, Geeta Gopinath, Raghuram Rajan, or Urjit Patel. So first know that managing director at IMF means it is a chief of IMF. Just like we have somewhere called chairman, we have director general. Similarly, at managing director at IMF means it is a chief of IMF body. So it is Kristalina Georgieva. She has been reappointed as managing director at IMF. IMF was established in 1945. Its purpose is to reduce poverty, economic growth, and financial stability. Financial stability of the region, as well financial stability of countries, member countries, as well as all around the world. International Monetary Fund is a special body of UN headquartered in Washington DC. It emerged from, please remember this, very important, UN Bretton Woods Conference. Bretton Woods is a location and it emerged from Bretton Woods Conference. There was consensus to establish a world body named as IMF, which works in cohesion with multiple countries, and it can work in various large areas such as reduced poverty, economic growth, financial stability, as well as many other applications. IMF produces multiple reports and indices. One of them such are important are, some of them are very important, such as World Economic Outlook. Second one is providing the policy advice, and it provides grants for debt relief. So this is the report, and these are its core services as well. Please remember this: IMF emerged from Bretton Woods Conference, and it is headquartered Washington DC, United States. It is a special body of United Nations, and it was established in 1945. Primary aim is to reduce poverty, promote economic growth, and financial stability among member countries all around the world. So Kristalina Georgieva has been reappointed as Managing Director at International Monetary Fund. According to Asia Development Outlook Report, what is the projected GDP growth rate? It is 4.9%. So what is the 4.9%? It projects the GDP growth rate of entire continent Asia. Entire Asia's GDP growth will be 4.9% for financial year 24. And this report has been published by Asian Development Bank. Asian Development Bank is a regional bank, and it provides financial assistance and various economic support to Asia Pacific region. It has around 68 member countries, and US, China, India, and Australia are the biggest shareholders of this. Please remember this: these two countries hold around 12% of the share at ADB, at Asian Development Bank. ADB is a premier agency in Asia, and it is HQ at Manila. Manila is a location at Philippines. Masasu Asakawa is the chief of ADB. He is the president of Asian Development Bank, which is headquartered in Manila, Philippines. IMD releases various color-based alerts. Orange alert means be prepared, take action, run, or heat wave. It is be prepared. So IMD basically means Indian Meteorological Department. It uses advanced computers, and it is spread all over the India in multiple districts in multiple locations, and it predicts the weather. It assesses the weather and provides forecast, as well as forecast for farmers, for cities and various other outlooks. So Indian Meteorological Department, it was established in 1875, and it provides various report for monsoon, which is a rain mainly occurs in north of India from July to October, November, and it has produced multiple color grading systems based on the likelihood of the rain, amount of the rainfall. Please also remember this, that for this season, the IMD has predicted that rainfall will be above normal. Means some areas are likely to receive excessive rainfall this year during monsoon season. Monsoon is very important for our for us being agricultural country. Lots of the fields during the July and August and September receive excessive rainfall, and it helps in producing large amount of the rice crops, as rice crops needs large amount of water, and these monsoon rain provide the sufficient irrigation, and this helps a lot in country's economic growth as well. So it has four rating systems. Green signifies no action, do nothing, everything is alright. Yellow rating system tells that be aware of your surrounding, be aware of what is happening, be aware. Orange, and sometime it is called amber. Amber is also orangish color. It means be prepared. And red one is means severe and take action, because lots of things are going on, such as disruption of the communication systems, electric poles, and large likely some kind of flood, or maybe not a very good state. You should be ready to move on. So take action. So green rating system, yellow rating system, orange or amber, or red. These are the four color based rating system by Indian Meteorological Department to aware the citizens of complications of the weather. Knife book has been released by which author? Salman Rushdie, Khushi Kapoor, Chetan Bhagat, or Avantika Singh? It is Salman Rushdie. Salman Rushdie is a Man Booker Prize winner author. He was born in India, but now US as well as British citizen. Salman Rushdie was attacked by his knife in New York City, and based on that, he has written a book named Knife, accounting the horror, how he recovered from this, and various his struggles with this. So Knife book is related to Salman Rushdie. Salman Rushdie is a very, very critically acclaimed author, and it has multiple bestseller books. Some of them are very, very important. Please remember this, are often asked in exams. One is Midnight Children. Second is Enchantress of Florence. Third one is Shalimar the Clown, not Crown, Clown. So these are some of his notable works, and Salman Rushdie has received a recently book named as Knife. It accounts his personal struggles, horror with how he was attacked in New York with knife, how he recovered it, how he moved in life. It accounts multiple hits, struggles, and problems he has faced in this. So it is Salman Rushdie's book, and we move to next one. To prevent meningococcus bacteria outbreak, which African country has released first vaccine? South Sudan, Kenya, Nigeria, Democratic Republic of Congo. It is Nigeria. Nigeria has released the first vaccine for meningococcus bacteria outbreak, and it is going to help a lot in the region. Nigeria is a West African country. Its capital is Abuja, and largest city is Lagos. The currency of Nigeria is Naira. So African country, which is Nigeria, has released the first vaccine of meningococcus bacteria, which is the recently outbreak in the region, and it is going to help a lot of people. Recently, Lata Mangeshkar Award was given to Arijit Singh, Suridhi Chauhan, Amitabh Bachchan, or Akshay Kumar. It is Amitabh Bachchan. Lata Mangeshkar Award is a premier award given in music as well as other areas of contribution, and Amitabh Bachchan was given Lata Mangeshkar Award for 2024. It is given for outstanding contribution in music as well as other areas as well. IMD, what is expected rainfall in monsoon 2024? Normal, below normal, above normal, or drought? As we have discussed earlier, it is above normal. So it is a good news for farmers as well as for our agricultural output, since monsoon covers large part of India, large part of the North India, and many other parts, which after the June's heat receive respite, and it reduce the need for irrigation, which saves electricity as well as diesels, which again saves the environment. So when sufficient or above normal rainfall is received, the agriculture output is likely to more, but there are some disadvantages as well. Since it is above normal, so it is likely that some areas will receive more than required rainfall. So we need to prepare first hand with this, and IMD provides these warnings, these awareness about it, so that our farmers can take action beforehand and work in that manner. This cricketer has recently hit 500 T20 sixes in recent match, and who is an Indian? It is Rohit Sharma. Rohit Sharma has hit 500 sixes in T20 cricket. He plays for Mumbai Indians, and on the Ravindra Jadeja's ball, it has hit 500 T20 cricket overall so far. Rohit Sharma is the fifth player to achieve this milestone, and he is the first Indian to achieve 500 T20 sixes. Chris Gayle, Kieron Pollard, Andre Russell, these are the names who have their names in the list of the 500 sixes, and recently first Indian Rohit Sharma became to join this elite club of hitting the 500 T20 sixes. So please remember this, it is an important question. So these will cover 17 and 18 April current affair. Hope you have enjoyed the session. If you like this session, please share it among friends, and please subscribe to this channel so that you can receive timely videos. And I will work hard every day to bring you a better and better learning environment, better and better current affairs, so that it can actually help in your exams. You can feel this, that your preparation has worked for you and you are unstoppable. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.